No excuse absentee voting is now underway in Missouri. Voters waiting in long lines to take part in Decision 2024. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Allred. Mike Bush has the night off. With a long list of questions on this year's ballot, election officials are urging you to get out and cast your vote before Election Day. Tonight, our political editor Mark Maxwell is live in St. Louis to break down how election authorities secure those early votes before they're officially counted. Mark.
And 4 years ago, a crush of mail ballots and sporadic reporting in some instances, some delays that we saw in some states led to a flood of questions from a skeptical public wanting to know that their vote was secure. So tonight, we're working ahead, trying to answer as many of those questions for you before election night, taking you behind the scenes for a closer look at that chain of custody that secures your ballot.
If you've ever wondered what happens when you cast your ballot into this scanner,
there you go.
Copies the images on the front and the back of the ballot and records them on an encrypted thumb drive that's in the scanner.
The paper copy remains locked away, and every night between now and Election Day,
We bring them back each night. All the satellite locations, we bring back the ballots each night, and we put them in a locked up, secure place.
In bipartisan teams, a Democrat and Republican get in one car together. They drive the ballots and the results back here. We read all that in, and we have probably 50 or 60 people back in our warehouse receiving all that stuff and getting it all read in.
Bipartisan oversight guarantees the chain of custody until paper ballots are locked away behind this chain link fence. No one person can get in alone, not without a key from Republicans and Democrats together. That USB drive remains with the voting machine until polls close.
If somebody happened to get in there and take it out and try to put it into a computer to, do something to it, it wouldn't work at all. It would destroy the encrypted thumb drive. We'd still have the paper ballots.
Unlike 8 states that hold entire elections by mail, this year, Missouri election officials expect a significant decline in mail ballots.
4 years ago, we had nearly 40% of our people voted early, most of them by mail. And that's not happening this time.
You're not seeing the same mail
No, that's less than a third of what we had 4 years ago.
Those ballots remain locked away in secure envelopes until the counting begins.
Starting 5 days before the election, we bring in a bunch of bipartisan teams of election judges. They open the envelopes, they take the ballots out. So those are all ready to go right at 7 p.m. on election night when the polls close. And we read those in, and those are tabulated pretty quickly.
Only after polls close do election judges plug those encrypted USB drives into air-gapped computers to spit out the results, keeping prying eyes from gaining any electoral advantage while polls remain open. And after ballots are cast and counted, they remain available for careful examination.
We just don't take the word of the tabulation computer on election night. We go back and we make sure the number of people that checked in at every polling place matches the number of pieces of paper, ballots, that were cast at that polling place.
And tonight, Donald Trump says he's voting early. If early voter turnout data is any indicator, so too are a surge of Republicans in key battleground states like Arizona and in Georgia. That's a big indicator that we're seeing a surge there. 17 million Americans nationwide have already cast their early ballots. Tonight, Missouri joins those 42 other states where Decision 2024 is already in progress. Live downtown, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
Tonight, we have a full special on election security streaming on 5+. Mark Maxwell sits down with election officials in both Illinois and Missouri. You can catch those conversations streaming at 6:30 on the 5+ app. Download the app for free on your Roku, Fire TV, or Apple TV. Just search KSDK in your app store.